Well, I thought about it, and well, I guess I figured the best niche thing to start this off with is my very own rifle, which also has the Gibbs side charger. But anyways, I had my reasons for making it such a weird, not very modern, I guess, rifle. You got your Surefire RC2. Figured it was the best place to start with a personal can, since honestly, if I had to do it over again, I'd probably go with like a Hux, the Flow, but that's the other thing. I'll try it later. But yeah, RC2 does good job. What more could you want from a suppressor? Barrel is a pin and weld 13.9. I started out with a 16 on my, I guess, rifle. My rifle that I decided to build out at first. And well, it worked, but with the can, it was really front heavy, even when most of it was like M-LOK. It just did not handle well, in my opinion, both lengthwise and like weight out front wise. Yeah, it's a Criterion Core series, so it's basically like a H-bar back here, slowly tapers down to like here where it's the normal like the M16 gas journal, the .625. So it's pretty small, then it pretty much evens out here. So it's basically like a old school pencil barrel out here, and then it gets thicker as you go backwards, which is where you want the meat anyways. Then you got Centurion Arms C4. This one's like the 12 something inch. I've had a lot of these. Like my first one was like the front sight post one. Then I bought another one, that carbine front sight post one, for a retro mod build I did. But that's besides the point. But yeah, figured this would be a good place since I know what I'm getting with this. It uses the mil-spec barrel nut, which basically means any armorer's wrench you find can actually maintain this rifle. You get right. The reason I did quad rail instead of M-LOK is because I feel like on the AR platform you have a lot less diameter in your handguard. Like the Scar, for example, it's got that big old bolt carrier, and it's got the piston driven system. But with an AR, all you got is that little gas tube in there. So an M-LOK, at least in my opinion, makes it too small to grip on it. And I'm not really big either, especially on the hand. I think these gloves are like a medium. But yeah, quad rail. Okay, I got the Surefire, I forget what tail cap, the DS07, I think. I used that quite a bit. I tried the normal one, the 00 or whatever it is, that's just a socket. Doesn't play well with these buttons that I'll get to here in a second. Got the 100 Concepts light cap. It's pretty nice. I think you can 3D print them though, so if you're a 3D printer person, you can get these like really cheap, which I'll have to start doing that whenever I do get one. Like they 100 Concepts, from my understanding, published their 3D print file, so that's pretty cool. Which, it just uses rubber band and bungee cord otherwise. Arisaka 600 light, and the Arisaka, it's a Malkoff head, but it's the smaller one. Like they got one that's like 50,000 Candela, which I don't have, and this is the 35,000 Candela one. So yeah, it uses two CR123s, so I keep a couple here in the pistol grip, along with a couple other things. Let's see. Yeah, Arisaka angled, like low profile mount. That one honestly, I'm probably going to go for like the normal side mount that's still like offset, but it doesn't lean it as far in. Because when it's in, as you can see, I've got a little space there that, at least in my head, I've got planned to put like a lamb or something of the sort. So with it angled in, it doesn't have much room. Anyway, next, got the battle sight, I guess. It's fine. I think they're like 80 bucks. And, well, I'd rather have a backup sight than not, even though the scope mount is in quick disconnect, but that's, you know, later down. You got the mod button light, like the, or no, mod light, mod button light. Which, these are the ones I use the most of. They're pretty good. I don't got any complaints with them. My very first one messed up. I have no clue what happened to that one now. But yeah, other than that, they've been pretty solid for me. Got the Magpul MOE or whatever foregrip. Yeah, it's fine. I cut it down trying that out. I'm not sure how I feel about that so far. Or the RVG. Yeah, the RVG. It even says it on it. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that one. Anyway. Next, I guess, got the scope. It's a Sig Sauer Tango 6T. But it's the one, the I forget who adopted it specifically, but the military adopted this one in specific. A lot of people seem to like the first focal plane one, but this is the second focal plane. It's cheaper by a good bit. It's basically a Vortex Razor Gen 2E clone, which in my opinion, I like the Razor more, but this one's still not bad. Then you got the Condition 1 mount. It's fine. It's modular if that's your thing. Personally, it's not mine though, of course. So I'm thinking about changing out the mount, especially since it messes with the side charger. But, you know, that's, I guess, do I got anything else I need to check out before I get to the side charger? I guess not. Oh yeah, there's the back battle sight. Yeah, I guess I can move on to the side charger. The side charger. It's a Gibbs. I forget the specific name, but it's a Gibbs side charger. This is one of their. This is actually a forged upper. Used to these like, well, they got two. They got one that's like super slick. That's a slick side. That's billet. And for the longest time, these also were billet. But lately, they've switched over to a proper forging method for them. So that's what this is. This is one of like the earliest forged uppers that they did, because like they had a run of them, but all of them ended up in their whatchamacallit, shit, I'm forgetting. Blim. Yeah. So their first run of these have been Blims. So it was like $200, which I think is the same price as their pre-order for these. So if you want one, I think all the Blims are gone, but you can pre-order it for still like $200. Let me just get the Magpul out of the way. Yeah, the Magpul thing, I'm just trying that out. I'm not too sure about that one. But anyway, the upper is, I honestly like it. I think it's the only side charger that's done well, because it's a left side side charger. It's not the right side, and it's not a direct mount to the bolt. It's actually non-reciprocating, which is pretty nice. Which obviously forward assist is still there. It'd be kind of silly if it was not. It's a reciprocator and it had the forward assist. Cough, modified scar that SOCOM fucking wanted. But anyway, apart from, I like this side charger because, well, like I was saying, it's the only one I think that's done right. It's a left side charger. It's mounted in a way that makes it easy to manipulate your bolt lock / release. So you can just yank it back, take a finger and lock it back, instead of like a lot of other ones that you still have to treat it like an AR where you have to do the two-hand shuffle. Which, I mean, yeah, that's just a minor thing. I don't hate rear chargers, but the better, you know. But yeah, another reason is because a lot of the other side chargers actually still have either like usually have like a rear charge here, or I think they got like a screw or something you put back here. But this one just has this little flap. So if you take the pin and push it out, that actually flaps up and lets the bolt carrier come out. And the bolt carrier itself can be pretty much whatever the hell you want it to be. This one in particular is a Black River Tactical Chrome, which I love chrome because, well, you just can't beat chrome, man. It looks good. It wipes down hella easy. It's probably the most durable material you can find on rifles. Yeah, I like me chrome. Okay. Well, we already saw the bolt catch / bolt release. That is a Forward Control Designs. I wouldn't recommend it. It's like $60, but I wanted to try it. You got the Forward Control Designs button too. This one, I like it more than the mil-spec a good bit. It's still kind of expensive. It's like $20, but I'd honestly probably do that again just because I like it. Safety is a Radian. It's alright. I like the short throws because it's easier to manipulate with like so it's easier to do like this, you know. Easier to manipulate, which is also another reason I like the Ambi, is because I can just thumb it down, then bring it up with my trigger finger. Pretty simple. I've got a Centurion branded Schmidt trigger. It was on sale, but it's basically a Schmidt. I like it. It's not as good as like my Nice Geisleys, but for the price, I think it was like $70 on sale. It's probably about as good as you're getting. It's a nickel boron one, so it's pretty slick. Yeah, it's just a nice trigger. Parts kit, just like push down pins, all that shit, I think are just like, Dirty Bird, I think, is who did those. They're fine. Got a Forward Control Designs trigger guard. I like the aesthetics of it. I forget how much it costed. Honestly, I wish more companies did these in like the normal AR style, where like up here you'd have like the push button so that you could open it, or maybe it's back here, one of the two. But like a lot of people have it so that you just screw it in, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's still like, you're not really going to remove it, so it doesn't matter per se. But if you ever did, I wish they just did the push button. MOE grip, or the MOE Plus, it's fine. Honestly, I don't like the angle or the rubberizing. Like, the rubberizing is fine when you're using it with your bare hands or with a glove sometimes, but they can feel weird and they can trap moisture and shit, and they can feel kind of bad. But yeah, this is where I keep my extra batteries and extra cam pin, because while the bolt carrier is mil-spec, it does use a proprietary cam pin for the upper, because like the cam track is like a little higher, I guess. But anyway, yeah, I keep a cam pin, more batteries, and I think a bottle of like the little bottle of Sprinkle Co. Like their MGL lube that you get when you buy their springs. It's perfect size for this, so I keep one in there. That doesn't matter too much, but it's a VL-Tour backplate. I think it's like normal price, so it doesn't matter if you get that or not. The Ford Control Designs Castle nut. This one specifically, the A5 one, it extends a bit further to protect the threads. At least that's what they say. It's fine. As you can see, I've got it staked in 2 spots, but I'm not flipping it. Just fuck it. You can see my shitty stakes. This is a Sons of Liberty Gunsworks A5 buffer, which is it's a it and the VL-Tour, I guess, are interchangeable. It's just this one has like 9 positions, I think, while the VL-Tour has 7. If that's something you give a shit about. Got the VL-Tour. I think that this is either the I mod or the E mod. I forget which one it is. But it's the only one that's available in like this more carbine, like this old school style, because the rest are like clubfoots, which I'm not a fan of the looks of. So this is what I went with. It's basically like a really Gucci fucking B5 soap mod. It's got like the little storage things, which I'm not using at the moment. But it's got that nice cheek on it because of that, you know, the extension for the fucking storage. I keep Ranger Band on it because it's kind of a big paddle. Helps keep it, at least in my mind, it helps keep it from fucking moving around. Sling is an Edgar Sherman. It's pretty simple. I think these swing swivels are Magpul that I pulled off an MS4 or MS1 stock. They work. Yeah, that's... Oh, and, you know, the Gen 3 Magpuls. I like them. Because they're like the only mags I've found that, like, easily insert windfall. Which is really nice. Like, even the non-windowed ones are kind of about that. Yeah, there you go. Wolfgang's, like, main 5.56.